To you all. Everybody smash that like button and get ready for the taper tantrum. All right, so they're going to taper. They're going to start their taper this month, the Fed, of course. So get ready for the taper tantrum because I'm sure that's going to happen. The taper tantrum has already happened. Okay, if that's what you think, have fun. If you think things are baked into the market, have fun. I hope you have your Pepto-Bismol ready for the days that you're curled up in your bed, sitting in the fetal position because you said that the taper tantrum was over. Whatever you like. Feds dial back bond purchases and plans to end the stimulus by June, which is sooner than we thought, actually. So, all right, let's see what we got. The Fed spoke yesterday. Well, Jerome Powell spoke yesterday, and they have agreed to wind down the $120 billion monthly asset purchase program of $15 billion each month, starting in November, going into December, and they're going to try to phase it out entirely by June. Now, they have said that they're going to do it in November and December, and they're going to reassess and decide if they need to slow the pace of it. So the question now begs, what are they going to do with, all right, MJ, you're not stupid. Michael Jordan's a physician, so he's not stupid. But so before I get into this, what the Fed was doing over the last, I think it was 18 months, they were putting $120 billion into the economy called quantitative easing. So if you've ever heard the term quantitative easing, it's when the Fed stimulates the economy. It's just a nice fancy word of saying they're stimulating the economy. And they were putting $120 billion into mortgage-backed securities and treasuries to keep everything afloat, and they were basically keeping everything going. They have decided that they're going to start tapering down that $120 billion. So they're going to start reducing it by $15 billion each month until it gets to zero, and it should be done by June. Now, they said that they're going to maybe slow it after December. They're going to reassess based on jobs numbers, coronavirus, all that crap, and we're going to see from there. Then that begs the question, what's going to happen with the interest rates? Are we going to start, people are worried. if we get this thing down to 0 by June, are we going to start upticking interest rates rapidly? There's a lot of people that are saying we're going to get two quarter point bumps in 2022. I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think jobs are going to come back. They're not going to get to quote unquote maximum employment, what they keep saying. It's not possible, especially with the issues that we're having with supply chain issues. If there's no work to be done, people are not going to work. On top of that, people don't want to work. So Powell said he played down the prospect of an imminent turn to raising rates, which rallied the market, which had been spooked by other central bank recent pivots towards tightening policies, and that's offshores. The Fed said that it would reduce the asset purchases by $15 billion a month, but reserved the prospect of accelerating or slowing that pace if warranted by changes of economic outlook, basically jobs. If inflation abates, if it's not cooling down enough, that's a hard situation to be in. You want to be done with tapering sooner. That's what this Diane Swank from Grant Thornton said. Let's see. Powell did say that the rate setting committee wants to take a step back from the word, so they finally did it. They finally came back and he said, we're going to take a step back from the word transitory, which is becoming increasingly confusing. No shit. I forgot I can't swear. It seems different. It means different things to different people. Yeah, because you never defined it. For some, it carries a sense of short-lived or a time interval of measured in months, let's say. Really, for us, what transitory means is that it will not lead to permanently or very persistently higher inflation. Okay, sounds good. Whoa. What do we have here? We're just talking about jobs. He also said it was possible that the labor market conditions by the second half of next year could be consistent with the Fed's goal of maximum employment, which would just... So how are we supposed to have maximum employment by next year if we're saying that the... what am I trying to say here? The bottleneck, they keep calling them supply chain bottlenecks. They're saying supply chain bottlenecks are hoped to be solved by mid-2022. If you're going to have the same issue, then how are you going to have maximum employment by the middle of next year? Nothing that these people say just has any common sense behind it. Common sense should not be called common sense. It should be called uncommon sense because nobody has it. This investor, who said this? Key Advisors Group Managing Partner Eddie Gabor. Every time I hear Gabor, I think of... Isn't that from Breaking Bad? Gabor? I don't know. Fed taper, inflation. It's the worst equation for the market, and he sees a 15% correction. If they don't admit to the fact that inflation is here to stay and it's not transitory, they're going to lose a tremendous amount of credibility, said Eddie Gabor. The longer you delay the tightening process, the hotter inflation gets, the bigger hit to consumer they're going to take, and ultimately the market is going to get hit at some point. That could lead to a healthy 15 to 20% inflation in the first part of 2022, and then as growth slowly and surely comes back to earth, because growth is, Gabor noted that it is this is a pretty good one. Excuse me. Mathematically impossible for the consumer to have as much discretionary income next year compared to this year because the cost of gas, food, housing, and rent are going through the roof. Combine that with lower growth and tightening Fed, that's the worst possible equation for the stock market. Basically, the economy, period. You're going to start seeing the labor market get stronger and stronger, especially with kids going back to school with certain benefits falling off. But understand that employers have to pay up, and it's a tight labor market right now. I'm not so sold on what he's saying. It's getting stronger and stronger because if they get rid of benefits, maybe. But these employers, I mean, if you're taxing the hell out of them. B, you're making them pay more and more and more, and they have to pay more for their supplies that they're putting into their stores and restaurants. So this is just a bad equation, and I don't agree with that statement that it's going to get stronger and stronger. This guy just reiterated what I said. Bullish on natural gas. Guys, keep watching those things going into the winter. You're going to do very well on them, I think. Bill Ackman says the central banks have not even weighed on the ESG, economy, social, and governance impact on inflation. Bill Ackman's one of my favorite out there. He manages a hedge fund called Pershing Capital. And if you've never watched the movie, documentary, Betting on Zero, it's very good. You should go and watch it. Betting on Zero. Ackman posted on Twitter today that central bankers have not considered the inflationary impacts of ESG initiatives, and that they are likely to be persistent and growing, not just transitory. So now everybody is getting against the transitory train. Okay, let's do Barbara Corcoran. So she's from Shark Tank. She does some kind of real estate. I really don't know, but I like her. She's a nice lady. She was talking about Zillow. Zillow used algorithms to buy all these homes, and we saw that there was just tons of, they went down 25% yesterday or something. They used algorithms to buy the homes, flip them, sell them, and they plan to be buying homes at 5,000 houses per month by the end of 2024. Barton, this is what Barbara Corcoran said, Barton is a phenomenal businessman. He's a disruptor. See, disruption doesn't work every time it's tried. I know it's a shocker to you, hype dorks, but it doesn't. So no one thought he could stumble, and he bit off way more than he could chew. But the company failed to consider what magnitude the volatility of the housing market has. It's ups and downs, and now it's rapidly up. In the third quarter, Zillow bought 9,700 homes and booked a $304 million write-down on inventory owned at the end of that period as a result of purchasing homes in Q3 at higher prices than the company's current estimates in their algorithms of future selling prices. Additionally, home segment Q3 revenue is below the company's previously provided outlook, blah, blah, blah. They got hit, and he tried something. It didn't work. I'm saying it right now. I don't think he's going to be around. Speaking of geniuses, the genius herself. She went out on Tuesday, I believe it was. Oh, no, Wednesday. And bought hundreds of thousands of shares of Zillow because what do? When you're a disruptor, you go and help your fellow disruptors and you buy dips. And then she went in yesterday and sold 3.9 million shares of Zillow because, well, I guess it wasn't disruptive enough anymore. So speaking of disruption also, if you want to go buy, Allbirds went public yesterday under the ticker BIRD. They were up 90% at some point. These people make shoes made of garbage. Let's not sugarcoat it. They're comfortable. I own a pair. I like them. But go and buy these. Go and trade these. That's going to be a fun company to trade. The disruptor gets disruption. Roku falls on supply disruption. Oh my gosh. So the disruptor gets disrupted. Roku shares fell as much as 11% and extended trading on Wednesday after reported Q3 results and missed expectations in key areas. So the supply chain issues are what is causing the issue. This bell is just getting hot. It's too hot for me to handle today. I don't know if I can ring it anymore. There's too much disruption going on in my brain. Speaking of disruption even further, follow us on Instagram. Hi, Mo. For the best bull market ever, why do you sound so miserable? Listen, man, I'm not miserable. I'm just reporting the news. I cannot help what these people put in the news. If you want me to go and try to make up my own news, I can do that and make it happy for you, but I am literally just reading the news. I don't know how that's considered miserable. I'm pretty damn happy. I made a lot of money this year. I made a lot of money yesterday. I just moved into a new house. I'm getting a new car in a month. I'm going to Mexico in a month. I'm pretty happy. There's nothing more than I want. I saw my cousin yesterday. That was nice. I got to go to Condado and eat tacos. I don't know what misery you're seeing from me. I'm very happy. I'm just reporting the news. All I have is these miserable people that write these news stories to read from to entertain you. And hopefully you're entertained. Speaking of entertainment, I'm entertained by the 10-year treasury ticking up because that's awesome. Let's see. Reporting after the bell today. Square. Love Square. Moderna. Ooh, Moderna got smoked this morning. Down 14% before the bell. I think they came in 20% less than 20% less than they were supposed to. Maybe it's just the tone of your voice. I'm sorry for the voice tone that God gave me. Bionanogenomics. You know, it's funny. My mom will sit there sometimes and she'll just sit there and be sitting there. And my brother will be like, why do you have that look on your face? And she's like, I don't know. This is the face that God gave me. I can't help the face that I have. Nicola is up before the bell. Maybe they really increased that that slope on their truck, and they rolled it down even faster, and people got really excited about it. Pinterest reports after the bell today. Tomorrow morning, DraftKings, Groupon, Canada Goose. There's any oil in here? Northern Oil. So keep a watch on those ones, guys. Dominion Energy. I know a lot of you play with a little bit of Dominion Energy. So what else do we have here? The software. If you want to join our software, you go right here, everythingmoney.com, click on Join EM, and it takes you right over here to join the software. And if you want to hop in, let me go back. Let me show you what you get. So with this level of $29, you get 8 pillars, retirement calculator, stock analyzer tool, 8 pillars portfolio, which is building your own ETF, exclusive content, which you already get on Discord. And then, of course, you get access to all the news on the website. Furthermore, you get access to the community of over 6,000 people, maybe 7,000 people now, that you can talk to about investing. So that's $29 a month. If you want to jump into the Bid and Ask Nation and make some trades with me on charts, which I'm going to show you in a little bit here, $79 a month gets you access to that. Employed Trader Series, different trades that I make. Like, for example, we traded fuel cell yesterday and the day before, made a little bit of money on that. If you want to do Paul's Super Shorts, $500 a month gets you into that exclusive tier. If you want to do a Zoom call, which I did one with Curtis yesterday, which was fun. He's a good dude from Buffalo, New York. $750 gets you that 1 hour of your time. And also one of my former one-on-ones, Adam, messaged me yesterday, and he's in a residency program right now. He was like, "Hey, how do I trade full time?" I'm like, "Wait, you don't want to practice medicine?" And if you want to do a deal with Paul for real estate, $10,000 gets you 4 hours of his time, and you do a real estate deal with him, and you won't end up like Zillow. You'll end up like Barbara Corcoran, slaying. All right, give me some stocks. I'll run through them, and we'll do it this morning. Would you change your position? Okay, let's see. We'll get into that one. Oh, people like this. GOED. All right, we'll look at it. Nvidia's up $364 since Oh, my man Nanya. What's up, man? Nanya's back. Nanya is back. I love this guy. Oh yeah, Reed, good call. So I 100% thought that we entered at $9.20. No, we entered at $9.40. My bad. So I put the wrong number in there, but we entered at $9.40. Definitely thought that we entered at $9.20. GOED. Was it GOED? Is this what you wanted? That can't be it. I'll just move on. Dell. So Dell is sitting at its 25-day moving average. And I think it's going to probably get a little bit of bounce off of here. So keep a watch over here on Dell. And if you get to pop up, if you do pop up, you're getting pretty good volume coming in. Go with it that way. That is exactly what I would do with Dell. Next, ATVI dropped 15% yesterday. Why don't we take a look? Ooh. All right, so if this dropped yesterday, was this actually yesterday? Yesterday they reported, okay. I would just wait and let this thing settle down, see what happens today, because this thing could easily hop up here today, could bounce down here. I don't really know. So just be careful with that one. That would be my investment advice. Crocs. Should I preface that with, I'm not an investor, a financial advisor. Please don't take my poopy advice. Okay, so with Crocs, love Crocs. They just keep going. So they're coming up here. They're going to open the day up here today. And if they make an engulfing candlestick like such, buy it. That's my advice to you. Looking really good. Volume is consistent, so that's fine. Next, FIS. FIS has been beaten down since 155. A friend of mine works at this company. He said, should I sell it? I think I said yes, but oh well. They report earnings when? Tomorrow? November 4th. Oh, today. Oh, they reported this morning. Okay, so they reported this morning. Not much movement going on. I would listen. You reported earnings this morning, so let everything settle down. Don't get too excited and just chill out and let this thing roll. See what happens today. Hopefully it bounces up a little bit tomorrow, and then tomorrow you can jump into it for a swing trade. GDDY, GoDaddy, right? I miss when Danica was on those commercials. All right. Do they even do commercials anymore? Probably not. All right. Sitting here at I'm just going back here to 2018. Let's see. Consolidation. And now we're consolidating at this level again. So aside from a couple of little blips down in COVID, they really sit here around the 67 number. So I would probably just wait. You're bottomed out on your stochastic. So I would probably just wait, let this thing turn up, move to the sweet spot. I don't really think it's going to fall much more unless, let's see, do they report earnings? They reported yesterday. So I think you're fine. And they crushed yesterday. GoDaddy rebranded, I think, to offer different financial devices. Well, they only create websites, right? Well, that's what I thought. All right, let's look at Bed Bath & Beyond because they had a big day yesterday. What? Okay, so this is why I tell you guys to take profits. Let's zoom in here so you can see it a little bit better. So yesterday, this thing bumped up here, opened up 90% higher or whatever the hell it did, and it closed the day down here. So it lost everything that it gained, and it's opening the day right now at $20. So this is why when you get these stupid moves like this, I say take profits. Please take profits. And just put the money in your pocket. If you think that you're ever going to catch something like this and it's just going to keep going up forever, you're wrong. Think about it this way, guys. If you're getting into a company like Bed Bath & Beyond, and let's say they went up 90% yesterday, that's the news story number that I remember. Do you honestly think that you're going to get that means that the company is now 90% more valuable? Do you think that consensus is going to stay there from everybody in the whole market that, yes, they're worth 90% more? We should just climb from this level. No, you got to take your profits, man. Come on, man. BBY. Okay, Best Buy looking good. Yep, it's looking really good. Good consistent volume. If you get an engulfing candlestick, buy it. Looks good. Monster MNST. Aha, boom. Go boy. All right, looking really good here. Tracker Share City. That's exactly what I would do. Somebody please tag me. Hey, Reed, since I know you're here, can you tag me in the Bid and Ask Nation and just say Monster Long watch list? That would be great because I want to throw this into a watch list. And because this thing is looking really good down here. How about your opinion of the $1 trillion coin? The $1 trillion coin is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If that's what you want to do, then erase debt ceilings, erase everything, give away free money, cut taxes, just print the hell out of it. And if you want modern monetary theory, there you go. If you want socialism, there you go. Have fun. That's what you get with that. Anybody that thinks that that's a good idea is one of the stupidest socialists I've ever seen in my entire life. That's exactly it. Okay, and if you don't agree with that, there's something wrong in your brain and you're a socialist. So with Dollar Tree, it's looking really good. You have good volume coming in. The only issue I have here is this pullback that we've had the last 3 days. It's having a hard time breaking this level. So I think I would avoid this one. And just move on, go do something else. That's what I think I would do here. Intel filled the gap. Let's see. Intel has gaps all over the place. So Intel's looking really good. The interesting thing that I have right now going on with Intel is even though we're making this move to the top side like this, here, let me zoom in a little bit more. Even though we're making this move to the top side, look at our stochastic. It's not doing anything. It's really not doing anything. Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. Where's the volume? Well, we have declining volume. But it's really not the worst declining volume I've ever seen. Guys, I don't know here. If I was you, I would probably look at this thing from a swing trading perspective if this moves into the sweet spot because you got to break out over this $50 level. But aside from that, I just really struggle here on Intel right now because we're not moving on this weekly stochastic. That's the issue that I'm seeing. All right, next. Camping World. Let's see what we got. So Camping Camping World made a big move yesterday, big move today, I guess. This trend is changing down here. The interesting thing about Camping World is, here, let's zoom out over here to get some volume. So when Camping World gets big volume like this, it has a history of gaining really large volume like this, and then it just completely falls off and everything falls apart. It's done that multiple times in the past couple of years. So that's the kind of thing that I look for and say, what is going on here? What is going on here? All right. Ford is disruptive. That's for sure. Ford is at its highest price point. I don't even know since when. Well, this is dating back to 2013, 2012, 2014. All right. Well, let's zoom it here a little bit. I mean, if you're in this, keep it going. I bought this thing back, I think, at $11, somewhere in this. I think I bought it over. Well, I have no idea, but I bought it somewhere in that area. So it's still riding. I'm still fine with it. Next, what chair do you use? Well, I'm standing right now. So race. Oh, Ferrari, of course. So they got a little bump up today. Why? Earnings. Earnings on Tuesday. I don't know. So with this bump up, it created a little gap. I would take profits. So here's what happened. You ran all the way up to 264 yesterday. You're going to open the day at 256. I'm telling you, I would take profits up here because this gap is going to fill and things are going to come back to reality. You're already seeing a lot of selling volume over in this area. So that's that. Bed Bath & Beyond. So I told you about Bed Bath & Beyond already, and you need to take profits on it. Next. Okay, let's do our daily look at Alibaba. I don't know why we keep looking at Alibaba every day, but we do. November 4th, they report earnings today. Revenue estimate is $31.8 billion. Estimated earnings per share is $1.90. So we'll see. They're at 169 this morning. I actually sold I had covered calls on them at 180 expiring tomorrow. And when this thing got to like this 182 number, I was like, oh man. So I exited my covered calls yesterday at an 85%, 83% profit, because if they report good earnings today, I could totally see them coming up here because people are cray-cray. So, all right. Let's see here. Yeah, I could see them jumping up here to the top of the 100-day moving average. So what are we going to look at now? Guys, there's earnings tonight. Let it be. The chaos is going to come back, and we'll have to just see what happens going on there. Bob's Lawn Service. No, I don't have that one, but I would love to watch it. Okay, I sold my... Oh, yeah. I sold my my Starbucks yesterday because I bought it on this gap down. I let it fill the gap. As soon as it filled the gap yesterday, I sold it, and we are going to open the day here at 111.37. So I saw declining volume. I saw the gap was filled, running into the 200. That's that. Now let's look further. Now that the gap is filled, we don't have to worry about this. If this thing moves into the sweet spot, and this is on the Christmas stock list, we're still looking really good over here. If you get an increase in volume today, go ahead and add to this thing. If you get an engulfing candlestick, I know I will, but I don't think it's going to happen today just because of where we're going to start the day. But I was joking. Yeah, I know. I got you, Thomas. I got you, Thomas. That was funny. I just didn't laugh. IBM. Hey, Mo, does the gap always fill? So, good question. In my experience, the gap fills 90% of the time. Now, the gap can be, I'm not saying that the gap is going to fill. That Starbucks one happened quickly. That doesn't typically happen. The gap can take a very long time. Like if you look at Pinterest, that's going to take a long time to fill. There's gaps that will fill over a year period, but I do think that gaps always eventually fill, and there's something behind that theory. But that would actually be an interesting one to back test if you could do it. All right, International Business Machines, IBM, co-business worker of Dunder Mifflin Paper. So right now we gapped up a tiny bit to 122.80. Okay, so terrible trend going on. Play it over here on a swing trade. See if you can get this thing to move into the sweet spot and go ahead and grab this and jump into that jump into that gap fill right there? That's a very good question. Whomever asked me about that one. Let's look at pins. Pins. All right, go look at Fiverr. Maybe. Is Apple too expensive? I don't think so. All right, Pinterest. So this gap is going to fill on Pinterest. And to be honest with you, let's see what we have here. Draw some lines, see if we can get that. All right, so it might be able to get up there. Pinterest is beaten down. It's a dog stock. If you want to, I would throw a tracker share on this one and wait for this thing to come up because this thing is going to move. They report today after the bell, I believe. November 4th, after the bell, $630 million of revenue attempting to come in, expected to come in, however you want to say that. All right, what else do we have? Airbnb. I have not done Airbnb in so long. I sold it all. I don't know what that means. Corsair and Facebook also, what time frames are you looking at? I'm looking at, I just kind of move it around, but I'm typically looking at like 3 months. But if I'm over here on the weekly, I'm more likely to look at a year. So Airbnb, is it hitting? Okay, what do we have here? So this is a 50% stock. So here's your high, here's your low. Well, here's your low. And here's this 50% area kind of in the middle. And exactly where I drew it is the resistance point that it cannot break through. So what happens when you have these big falls? The stock price tries to climb up and people say, if I can just get a half of my money back or a third of my money, and then they take their profits and it falls apart. Do it again, falls apart. Do it again, falls apart. So we are just at this very, very strong resistance point. What gets you through and breaks you out of all of this overhang area? It's volume. Volume is going to have to drive you there. When do they report earnings? I assume it's today. November 4th. I'm assuming they report after the bell. So we're going to have to just keep a watch on that one. All right. Sorry if I missed the tapering announcement. Yesterday affect the market. I think that the effect on the market has not happened entirely yet. Okay, we have 10 seconds till the market opens. Discovery, they reported earnings this morning, or so I heard, and they missed. Did they miss? Swing and a miss. So, not much movement on them, but this is your typical dog stock. So a dog stock, a company that comes down through the sweet spot and goes sideways on the bottom for a very long time as the price just continues to decline, and that is exactly what's happening. So be patient with them, even over here. Don't do anything with them today, in my opinion, and you will be just fine. I will do 2 more stocks. I'm going to do PayPal, and I will do 1 more. James, I will do that one for you. Wait, Domino's Pizza Australia. All right. PayPal, sitting at a resistance point. I'm sorry, support level. I keep doing that. Pretty decent volume coming in, but man, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sessions in a row when you had more selling volume than buying volume. For a company like PayPal, that was a beautiful short. If you caught that, great job. Congratulations. They report earnings next week. If I'm you and you want to try to keep shorting it, have fun. But if you are also not trying to short it, don't do that. Jimmy is a friend of the show. Okay, Jimmy, what did you want? DMP. Domino's Pizza Australia. Okay, so they have gone through a heck of a run. If I am you, when do they report? Okay, you're good. If you get an engulfing candlestick up like this, you can go ahead and make an investment here. That is the only way that you can do that. I am very concerned about how little volume there is. In my opinion, I wouldn't touch this. But you do you. What's Domino's in America? DPZ. What? Yeah, that's right. DPZ. Domino's Pizza. Same over here. Wouldn't touch it. Yep, wouldn't touch it. Okay, I'm going to do rig because I like rig. Somebody asked about rig. I'll do rig. All right, rig, oil. I would watch it here on a swing chart, but I would make sure you're getting decelerating volume right now. So make sure you get some good volume, hang above the 100-day moving average, bounce over the 25, and you will go from there. So that's it for today, guys. I will see you back here tomorrow for Wins and Losses Friday. Remember, book club is tomorrow at 10:30. So I'll be here at 9 in the morning, as per usual. 10:30 book club. What else do we have? Oh, this weekend, Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. If you're in the Bid and Ask Nation and or Paul's Super Shorts, I'm doing a private live stream for the bid and ask only. I'm going to teach you guys about some patterns. I'd like to do a little bit of shorting, and then we will get into all of your Q&A, and I'll stick around for about 60 to 75 minutes, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a great day. Jump into the bid and ask. You get me, even on a Saturday. Love you guys. Peace.
Thank you.